everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Terry and I'm a cash stuffer from Botswana. I was in a lot of debt. I was in trouble with money all the time, to a point where the phone rings and you kind of don't want to answer the phone because you don't know who's on the other side. Yeah, that was me. So since I started on the zero-based budget and the cash stuffing method, it's all in the past now. The thing with this with journey, it's with cash stuffing and a zero-based budget, is what I learned when I started here is that, or what brought me to this is that I always did a budget. I always did a budget, but I just never stuck to it. That for me was the problem. I never stuck to my budget, and I've tried so many methods. This whole doing the percentages thing and doing a 20, 30, 50, what didn't work. This is for me the simplest, easiest way that I learned. For me, it became the easiest way to stay on budget because it's right there. I'm a visual person. I've got to see in order to believe, and I've got to see in order to. Anyway, I'll talk more as I go. So this is a planner that I made. I put this together. It's just something I did at home. I just took it to the internet cafe to be bound, but everything else I did. So I'm just gonna kind of go through it and sort of show you what I do and how this has helped me get organized. It's basically just doing budget and just making sure I stay on budget, making sure that the money that I've allocated to a certain place, a certain category, is what I actually stick to. Of course, there are things that come up. I mean, when African life, what it is being a Motswana and being, an African and just being us the way we do things. You're not an island. There's a saying where it says a man is not an island. You can't just live on your own and your family. It's not just, you're not in your own little cocoon and, your money's just for you. It's basically for the whole village. That's, well, not literally, but, it's for the whole family. It's just a fact. It's a fact. So the way I use my planner, it's the beginning of September, and I thought, let me just go into my planner and sort of just a rundown of how I do things, so that, because I do my other videos, I do cash stuffings every week, but I don't think I've ever gone into how I got to those amounts and how important this planner has been for me, how important it's been to the way I stay organized. And that's I being organized for me on this journey is like, it comes with the territory. You can't not be organized, because if you're accounting for your money, you want to know where your money is going. You want to know what's coming up. If I'm going to be traveling, I want to know how much I'm going to spend when I'm traveling. It's just kind of how it is. So I'm going to start with August, actually. This was my August. So this is what August looked like. This is how I spend money. So basically, at the beginning of the month, I'll go to October here and just show you. At the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the month, the page will look like this. So this is October. At the beginning of the month, the calendar would look like this. And then, these are the dates. So what I do, I will put down the dates, because now I know when everything is coming out, because it goes back to what I said in the beginning, being organized. I know exactly which bill is coming out when, and in order for me to do that, it took a few months, obviously. I put my statement at the bank, so when the bank takes its money, because I'm one of those people who was, my account was always in the negatives, because I didn't know when the bank took its money. So I'll have money in there, the bank takes its money, and I thought I've got money in my account, and then I'd be like, hey, FNB rejala madi, which means that FNB is eating our money, but that wasn't the case. It turns out that wasn't the case. Maybe it does happen like that, but for me, I realized as soon as, because I just assume that they take their money at the end of the month. So if it's the middle of the month and your money's been taken from your account, automatically you assume that they've eaten your money. Something is going on, something shady is going on. These people are like this bank is like, I even changed banks. I was with Absa. It's like, hey, this bank, there's never money. I always leave money in my account and it's never there, But, since I started doing this, the money that is in the bank is the money that I want to be in the bank. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm not saying people who do get their money taken, it is not genuine or it's not authentic, but it does happen. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I learned that it was because I wasn't aware of what's going on with my money. So since I started being aware, things changed. That's just me. So, having said all that, I know exactly when the bank is taking its money, on the 20th, on the 10th, and on the 21st for another account. So that's how this works for me. And then the the alarms and everything else. So what I did, I've got a page here for my bills. Like I said, I've started being organized. I've got a page here for my bills. So I'll have a bill here, and then I'll have the amount and the date it takes the money. And then every time after I pay a bill, I just tick here. This kind of, sometimes you can forget a bill, you know, far-fetched as it may seem, it happened to me. So that's why I know. So every time I pay a bill, I'll tick here. Every time I pay a bill for that month, I tick here. It's like I said, help me stay organized. The dates, the amounts, and the name of the bill. That is how I do it. And then after that, after I set this up, I do my budget. Now it's the beginning of September, so I just did my budget. I'll get to it later. So I do my budget, and then I do this budget I did at the end of August. So I'll have my income here. This income is between me and my husband. It changes every month because I'm self-employed, so obviously my income is not the same all the time. So every time I pay a bill, I will highlight it in green. The insurance is already paid. Yesterday they took the last because this consists of quite a few of them, so the last ones took the money yesterday. So let me just highlight that now. So means everything is paid for. We've got the Motello. The only thing that's left is Motello. The meeting is on Saturday, and yeah, that's kind of how I do this. And then every week I'll have I don't cash stuff everything on here. The bills, obviously, they come out, from the bank, so I don't need to cash stuff all of this. I cash stuff mostly these, actually, not everything, but I cash stuff this mostly. And this is money that stays in my wallet. This, the variables here, variable expenses and cash envelopes are both variable expenses. So I needed a way to split them up. So I split them up into what I carry in my wallet and what I don't. That's kind of how I do it. So what I do with these, I carry this in my wallet, and then every week I'll check to see how much I've used, what I've used, and what is left over, and then I restuff my wallet. I divide the money that is here, I divide it by 4. That's for each week. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then that way it helps me stay on budget. It's not something that I knew before I started cash stuffing. It's not something that I thought I could do. It's not something I even considered doing. But since I started cash stuffing, I found that I've stayed on budget for the first time ever in my working life, in my money handling life. I never thought it was possible. So like with groceries, I budget 2.4, but then the 1,000 I buy, the staples, the main things I buy at the end of the month. And then with the 1,400, just like the meat, I'll divide that by 4, and that's where I get my 350s from, because every week I stuff 350 in my groceries and in my in the meat envelopes. And that's just something that those amounts work for me, because it's just me and my husband at home. It's just the two of us, and we're on a diet that is kind of I wouldn't say restrictive, but we're on a diet, on a healthy lifestyle. Okay, healthy lifestyle is what I was looking for. So we don't eat sugar, we don't eat any sugar, no fruits, we're just on vegetables and protein and a little bit of carbs. Not that much, but we're on vegetables and meat mostly. So you can imagine it doesn't really cost a lot. So that's that. And then every week I will cash stuff my wallet with those amounts that I just told you, 350s and meat and household. Because I budget 200 pula, I'll divide that by 4. I divide all of these by 4. And that's how I get these amounts here. And then I'll put this in my wallet. And then every week I come back again and see how I spend that money, if I've got anything left over. And then whatever is left over, because it was already budgeted for and it was already out of the budget, I save it. It's just extra savings. If I've used that money and there's nothing left, it's fine. It's okay. But if I've got any money left, it's a bonus. So I save it. So that's how my planner helps me. And then every week, since I go to my calendar here, I can't miss a bill, because if I'm cash stuffing, like I'll do a cash stuffing schedule for the month, and then every week I can see what bill is coming out that week, and and then I'll make sure that money is in the account. Like the week of the 10th, the F&B will come, and then the following week it's just my son's Wi-Fi, and then the following week, and so on and so on. So that's how I stay organized. And here I'll cash stuff any extra money that I get throughout the month. Now this month, August was a good month because this is money from my side hustles, but then again here it's just money that's left over from my wallet. Check this out. I had 300, I don't want to zoom in. I had 310 pula left in my wallet. And that's what I saved. Usually, before I started cash stuffing, that money would have bought me a pair of shoes or something. Shoes that I don't even need. And then at the end of each month, at the beginning of the month, like at the beginning of September, what I do is my sinking funds. I go through my sinking funds and I see what is in there, and I write the total. And I write the total. And then at the end of the month, like I did with August, I take my binders again and I look what's in there. And then I'll see if I've added anything or took away anything. This just helps me know how much money I've got at that point in time. If I need to buy a perfume, I'll go and see, but there was only 30 pula in perfume, so I can't buy a perfume. It also helps me make decisions that are, financial decisions that help me stay on budget, because I'm not going to buy, if it was before and I saw a perfume that I like, I would just buy because I want it. But now, because I've done my budget at the beginning of the month, if I decide to buy, I know that my budget for the month is only 600. And if it's 600 and I still have to do my nails, I still have to do my hair, I still have to do this, I can't afford to buy the perfume. I do the same thing with savings challenges. It's not necessary. Somebody doesn't have to do this, but I do it because it helps me stay motivated. If I know that I've added something or I've taken away something, like in August, I added 3,800. That's how much I saved. Imagine, that's how much I saved in August. So I can just compete with myself and say, let me try this month to add more. If I don't, it's fine. We move forward and we try something else. And then at the end of the month, I will take a budget review and I will look at all of my expenses. Remember my sinking funds, it's here. I know what's going on with them. So my budget review is just of my daily spending. Just of my daily spending here. And then I can see from it if there's any unbudgeted expenses, and the summary here. And at the end of August, I had overspent by 1,372, which means this is money that I had not budgeted for. Now, it's not too bad, considering. It is bad, but not too bad. So now I can, on my monthly reflection page, I can see I'm going to try to stay on budget. I can make new goals and move forward with that, and then begin another month. So now with this month here, I've already done, today's the 4th, I've already done my budget. I've just done my budget actually, and I'm going to go through September now, knowing any decisions that I make. If somebody comes to me and says they're selling something, I can't buy it. I can't buy anything because my budget is already set. Do I have anything? If I do decide to to buy something or to do something that isn't in my budget, I know that I'll be taking it away from something else. And that's just the beauty of being organized with your money. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense, guys. I hope. So I've got a fresh month here. I did my cash stuffing last week because I did videos. I did a ton of videos. Every single week I did a video, but now my phone is saying it's full. I can't really access anything, so I had to delete everything. And I'm starting again. I think maybe that's why I'm just going through all of this because my phone was full. So this is my month of September. So I've written down at the beginning of the month what I'm starting with, and then at the end of the month I'm going to write down sinking funds, and that's how I stay organized. That's how this planner has been so functional for me. And then also at the beginning of the month, the beginning of the planner, I've got a goals page. I set goals every month, every beginning of the month, and setting those goals for me helps kind of me stay motivated. And then, as always, as usual, I'll have the highlighting method, and then this is the goal reached, rolled over, adjusted but still to be done, changed my mind, or I'm just not winning. And then at the end of the month, I will do this, and then at the beginning of September, I write my new goals. That's how this is working for me. Also, debt. I don't really have any debt right now. I don't owe anything. The only thing that I owe is my water bill from Madinari, which is where I have got a house. I had a tenant who didn't pay water, and I just was relaxed. I never checked my fault. I'm still working it out with the ex-tenant for them to pay the money back. But in the meantime, I've still got to, it's in my name, so I've got to pay it. So I'm paying it slowly each month. So that's it. I don't have any debt otherwise. As you can see, it's just the water utilities bill that I've got as a debt. Yeah. And then with savings, I've got my Motselo. That's what I've called it, but it's just saving. I track it here. This is when I'm saving for something. I track these here because it's bigger than, and then here I do actually include them in here in my savings challenge update. They're up here, but here it's just keeping them separate, so I know exactly what I've put in. There's the plan, what I've planned to save at the beginning of the year, and then this is what I actually save. As you can see, I'm not really putting in the amounts that I thought I'd put in. Like, I had planned to save 900 here, but I only managed 300. Yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles. What is, guys, English is my second language. I'm not very good at these sayings, but yeah, that's just how I do it. And then the bills, and then there's the budget page. Now the budget page is where I set up my categories for my budget. I think I will then when I'll do these with you when I set up my new planner for next year. Well, not new, but my planner for next year, because I'm just gonna do it myself still. I've got these categories, and then these help me when I do my budget, because I can see what I've got, what I'm budgeting for, and it also makes me like, look at these subscriptions. I've got to check out these subscriptions, guys. I've got Canva, Wi-Fi, DSTV, Netflix, and Apple Music. Okay, well, maybe Wi-Fi doesn't really belong here, but still, that's what I'm paying for internet. But Canva, anyway, my business sometimes, when there's money, pays, but not all the time. So I've still got a budget for it, include it in my budget. So that's what this video was about. So it's just a reset for September, and then now I'll start doing my cash stuffing every week, and then you guys can see, you'll at least know where I get the numbers from, and how I begin the month. And as I said, the channel is just my journey to stay on budget. Some channels or some people's financial journeys will be all about paying off debt. I'm trying to avoid getting into debt. That's what this is about. I don't want to get into that, because if you do a budget, you don't stick to it, and you've got no debt, you might end up in debt because you're making all the wrong decisions and your money's finishing before. And for debt for me is not really credit cards or bank loan. I owed people money. I owed people money. There's groups, there's family. I owed my neighbors, I owed everyone. It was bad. Loan sharks. It was bad, guys. It was bad. But since I started this, I haven't got any new debts at all. And I'm so thankful and grateful to this method, to the system for that. I've stayed on budget. I haven't racked up any debt. And it's really nice. It's a very nice feeling. So, and my husband, the fact that I'm not employed, but with my business account, I can probably get a credit card, but I'm choosing not to. My husband doesn't believe in credit cards. He doesn't even believe in loans. Yeah, he's that guy. He wants to save for everything. He's always been like that. There was always a lot of tension, because I thought he had, he qualified to get money, but he just didn't want to. Just like now, he doesn't want to get a credit card. He's never had one. When I was working years back, and when I was in real estate, I had a credit card, but I learned the hard way. It took me years to pay off, so I'm not going back there. Yeah. So that is my video, guys. I just wanted to a run through of my planner and how I use it, and just so that you guys, every time I cash stuff every week, kind of know where I'm getting my my numbers from, and sort of a reset. And so at a week before payday, I'm going to come back here, because this is like what I've budgeted for, and then when the money actually, if there's any changes that have happened, I'll come in here and I'll make the changes. Like there's 1 month here in May. In May I was expecting 25, but I ended up having 22 because there were changes. So then a week before, I'll be sure what I'm getting. I come back here and I just make any adjustments that need to be made, and I'll still stay organized. So please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I hope now some things are cleared, and please interact with me, and I love to hear any inputs or any suggestions, any advice, anything that I might not be doing, anything that might help me on this journey, because I know that money is a problem that we all face. That's why cash stuffing, I think when something good happens in your life, you kind of want to sing it from the rooftops. That's what's happening with me and the cash stuffing. So